The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. In tonight's game, Carmelo Anthony, one of the top scorers in the history of the NBA.
History?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right. That's right.
Now,
that's
deep,
right.
deep into his 30s now.
Mm-hmm.
And for him, Kenny, it's become about trying to win an NBA title.
Yeah, because he's got the gold medals, he's got the double-digit All-Star appearances, and a scoring title. But what he has not attained is the ultimate goal of getting the win.
You know, he's put up some Hall of Fame numbers, and at this point, he just wants to win.
I agree.
Yeah. And what are his chances?
Doesn't matter because he'll never surpass us. We have 6 rings up here, Ernie.
Wow.
4, 2, and 0. That's 6.
You have such a great way of putting things.
You didn't have to call Ernest out.
I didn't call him out. I just said we as a team we have 6 rings.
That's true.
Yeah, well, you don't have to. You don't have to say 4, 2, and 0.
Okay.
You just say we have 6 rings up here at this desk.
We have
Got
6
it.
rings.
6 rings at this
2
desk.
over here,
4 over there.
0. But it makes 6.
We're still champions, Ernie.
We're
My
still
self-esteem is taking a beating today.
That's all right.
We used to
Taking
get
a beating.
We used to get Emmys
Taking
until
a beating.
But Emmys.
No,
Emmys
no.
counts
Yeah.
as rings.
We used to get a lot of Emmys until
Oh, that's how to go.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. We're live in Houston, where the Rockets have home court advantage. Look at Indiana, still trying to find that groove they had last year. They'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer to where they were a season ago.
And seeing where Indiana is, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Yeah, every time it looks like they're ready to make a step forward, something goes wrong.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, Victor Oladipo trained with Dwayne Wade heading into last season. Now, Wade says, we talked about not knowing the path of your career. Don't put limitations on yourself. The result for Oladipo was an all-star appearance. Kevin?
He's definitely on an upward trajectory, D.A. Thank you. Chris, you played for 5 different teams, a couple of them multiple times. How long do you think it takes to feel comfortable in a new situation for a player?
I tell you, Kevin, that's such a hard tightrope to play. I remember going to different teams, and you have to understand the culture of the team. You have to understand who their best players are already. You have to understand the style of play, and building trust takes time from both sides. So usually you'll come into a situation and you want to make sure that you're showing that you're a great teammate. And so usually in that area, teammates are saying, wait a minute, we brought the guy, we brought you over here. We want you to be that guy that we traded for, the guy we just signed or recruited. We were a fan of you. Do the things that you do great. We'll catch up with you. So a lot of it starts with mutual respect, and that means mutual deferment. And then after a while, you both deferring, you're like, wait, we got to win some games. Okay, you be you, I'll be us. We'll all do it together. And kind of once you get over that kind of fine dance in the beginning, that icebreaker, usually that's when things start rolling.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovich. Sabonis and Turner inside. And it's Collison at the 1 spot. Now Bogdanovich. James Harden missing on the 3. From 12 feet out, and he hits the jump shot.
Yeah, Bogdanovich, a high percentage scorer, an efficient shooter, and he loves that mid-range area.
Harden with it. Now defended by Oladipo. And that one's good, Anthony.
And, guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Well, I wouldn't say that's his shot, but it's a shot he can make, and that really opens things up for the offense.
And here's Oladipo following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Here's Paul. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo, Chris gets the bucket.
I've seen Paul make about 1 million of those passes over his career and never gets old.
Collison looking around. Back to Bogdanovich. Clock at 6. And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Collison against Paul. Just 5 on the clock. From outside the arc, Collison, no good.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Harden, no good. That would have tied it.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Anthony can't hit. Pacers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Anthony against Bogdanovich. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And you got to appreciate the determination that Bogdanovich showed there. When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to finish at the basket.
Now here's Anthony. He picked up 12 points in their last win against San Antonio. It's Harden with the drive. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. And here's Collison, who will bring it up for the Pacers. Outside Turner. Pass to Oladipo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
That's good from Oladipo. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the second overall pick.
Rockets trail by 4. Paul surveying the floor. Sabonis against Anthony. Kicks it to Paul. Puts up a 3. That shot off the mark. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Indiana.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
The spark those guys gave them was massive. I mean, you always love seeing points off the bench.
You got to respect how under control Bogdanovich is. When he's penetrating quickly inside, he makes the D hit him on the way up.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Got to admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%? Free
throw good, Bogdanovich. And for the most part, when Bogdanovich is out on the floor, he's there to do one thing, shoot.
And I tell you what, when you can shoot like that, that's all you need to do. Great catch-and-shoot player who can stretch the defense. You cannot leave him alone, and really his presence frees up so much for his teammates on the floor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Harden kicks to Gordon. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Gordon's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Oladipo outside. The kick out to Collison. No good on the three. Rockets trail by 3. And the pass to Anthony over Bogdanovich. That one off the back iron and out.
Off target with was what? A pretty good look from mid-range.
Down low. Shots good by Turner. Turner's got his first basket of the night.
And it's great to see Bogdanovich spreading the ball out. I mean, possesses good size, which allows him to see over defenders.
And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
Anthony dishes to Harden. Back to Anthony. Clock at 6. From deep. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You got to give the Rockets credit. I mean, other teams may have looked at the Warriors and threw up their hands, but not the Rockets. Houston tried to put pieces around Harden to contend for a title.
And we've seen Harden recruiting players to Houston, Chris, helped attract another star and all those complimentary players.
I mean, he gives assists to the organization. He's a star and a pitch man. I mean, that's what you have to do at this point. Team up and load up if you want to win it all.
And the first one drops. Nene, he's checked in for James Harden. Oladipo hits them both. And here's Gordon. Turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. Pass to Paul. Outside Anthony. Pass to Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Bogdanovich. That's short off the rim. For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against the Spurs in San Antonio. It's stolen by Capella. Nene finds Paul. Just 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession. Now that we have the chance to show you the teams in the top of the NBA in steals this year. The Rockets 4th.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Indiana leading by 4. Collison, the pass to Sabonis. He kicks to Oladipo. Dishes it to Turner. Here's Bogdanovich. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
And Anthony gets it to go.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. Nene is out of Brazil, a quality player for whom injuries have always been a constraining factor.
Yeah, and that's one reason you like him in that reserve role, controlling his minutes, keeping him fresh, because he's a difference maker on the floor at both ends.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Capella, and it's Green in for Carmelo Anthony. Shot by Joseph, no good.
The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
Tucker dishes to Paul, and it's all evened up.
And the competitive nature of Paul, even when he's covered, he still goes right at the defense.
Evans finds Young. Here's Joseph, guarded by Tucker. Shot by Joseph, no good. And so Nene will bring it up for Houston. Gordon against Evans. The drive by Gordon. Here's Tucker. Drills it from outside. Tucker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's a good way to boost his three-point percentage. Take advantage of some soft defense.
And Joseph kicks to Evans. Indiana again missing.
Playing the revenge card right there. Trying to get those 3 points right back. Didn't work. He's still looking to get into a groove this quarter.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Superb focus from the veteran swing man. Evans is great at maintaining his concentration on the way up. Oh, look, it's just a fantastic season for Tyreke Evans last year. Think about it. Arguably his best in the NBA. He looked comfortable in his role offensively. He initiated and made plays from a variety of positions.
And that one falls for Evans. And for Evans, when he is comfortable in his role, see, Webb, he can be deadly.
Oh, yeah, and the increase in shooting from deep, that helped in that regard as well. I mean, he started drawing more attention away from hoop, and that started opening up lanes for him.
Now, here's Green. He had 16 points in the win against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Don't forget his rebounding work, too. They couldn't contain him on the glass.
Here's Joseph. The Rockets making the shot. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Pacers have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First free throw is good. See, Webb, there are guys that bring it every night. It doesn't depend on a game or a teammate or a play or whatever. Every night they bring it out. Great consistency. I know you have a lot of players that you admire in that regard.
Definitely, I admire their pride, their heart, their attention to detail, passion for the game. The Kawhi Leonards, the Chris Pauls, LeBron James, of course, Kevin Durant. So many players put their heart on the line every night. You love seeing it.
Count that one. And the Rockets lead by 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now here's McDermott, defended by Gordon. McDermott passes to O'Quinn. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Houston's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Tucker can't get it to go. The Pacers have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Got that bucket in no time at all. Evans has got the game tied up here for the Pacers.
He's finding some good shots early on, and what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
Green with the ball. Now defended by McDermott. Ball finds Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Back to Paul. A 3-ball. No good that time. And Indiana will come the other way. Here's Evans. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight, 3 for 4. Evans has gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. Ball against Joseph, outside Gordon. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 6 points for Eric Gordon.
Well, you really do have to D up Gordon from deep. I mean, he doesn't need much time to get his shot off.
Evans against Green. Stolen by Gordon. On the wing, Green. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. From 13 feet, it goes down. Now it's a 3-point Rocket lead.
Oh, they lean on him for a big portion of their scoring with a good reason.
Evans outside. .103 left to play here in the first. 5 on the clock. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Oh, this first quarter couldn't be going much better for him. 4 for 5 from the field to get things cracking.
Nene kicks to Paul. No good from outside.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Young passes to Joseph. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Young taking his time here. Shoots over Tucker, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
And the type of game that many coaches hate. Very little defense being played on either end.
Now here's Green. To Paul, over Joseph, and too long on the shot. Victor Oladipo getting it done for the Indiana Pacers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives them a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Well, it does a couple of things. It gives you more opportunities, but it also sets a tone. They're the more physical, the more dominant team right now.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Young is the 4 with O'Quinn at the 5. And it's McDermott in at the 3. And here are the Rockets now, following the score by Indiana. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Young with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Houston. They trail by 1. On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Joseph. And Ennis slams it in.
Man, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
And Joseph kicks to O'Quinn. Young in the corner. Evans goes in, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Well, he's reason number 1 there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
An 85% shooter there and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Clint Capella comes in for P.J. Tucker, and Anthony subbed in for Gerald Green. And Tyreek Evans, a player who still found a way to improve his game.
You know, he added the three-point shot that is much more consistent than what he had earlier in his career. Has always been a playmaker and strong at getting to the rim. But now that you have to respect his outside shot, I think he took a step back to being the player we thought he'd be after that amazing rookie season.
Here's Oladipo following the score by Houston. Back to Collison. Fires the three. Knocks down the three ball. Collison's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, Collison is so efficient. Someone who likes to catch the D by surprise by shooting off the pass.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Oladipo, and again it's Indiana.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Rockets trail by 5. Harden outside. Drills the three-pointer.
What confidence from Harden. He's a lethal three-point shooter. He knows he has the green light.
For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Outside Collison. And he banks in the layup. Collison's got his second basket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Harden dishes to Ennis. Collison against Harden. Over Collison. That's in. And the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from James Harden.
Well, if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Now, here's Oladipo. He had 25 points in the win against Miami.
Oh, well, his rebounding stood out, too. He gave them a big lift on the boards.
And the Pacers call time here. You know, for years, the adage has been that, C-Web, big men take longer to develop than other positions. Does that still ring true today?
I don't think so. I think today the point guard position, because the point guard position is the toughest position in the game. I think when the big men did take the longest to develop, it was because the big man position, the center and power forward, were the toughest, and that's kind of changed. Cat and B didn't take very long to develop. Big men coming to the league, they're more polished now, and I think the fact that the coaches, the coaching, the skill sets now are so much more alike that guys can make an easier adjustment into the game because they've been playing their game and adjusting a lot longer than maybe the players before that had to find a different role once they entered into the pros.
Here's Collison. James Harden picking up that last basket.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
Ennis passes to Chris. Anthony kicks to Capella. Now here's Ennis, guarded closer. Now the pass to Harden. From deep three-point range, Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Oladipo. Good work defensively by Capella. The Rockets trail. Outside Anthony, feeds it to Ennis. It's stolen by Oladipo. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one's on Anthony.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
For Indiana, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. And he makes the first. And so he hits both.
and they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
On the wing, Harden. Back to Anthony. Harden outside. Now the dish to Anthony. The Rockets again can't hit.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jump.
Collison gets a wide open look. Sinks the three-pointer. Collison's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Indiana.
The three-point shooting of Collison is huge. It really stretches out the floor for the rest of his teammates.
Back to Harden. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Collison. Feet away. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And so it's Ennis bringing it up now for the Houston Rockets. 7-point differential. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Collison against Harden. Collison with it. 8 points for him. It's Oladipo on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Over Chris. Oladipo misses. Houston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Anthony dishes to Ennis. Kicks it to Capella. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Oladipo. Good work defensively by Capella.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
And the call will be against Sabonis. That is his first foul of the game. Houston making some changes. Nene comes in for Marquise Chris. And Gordon subbed in for James Ennis.
Eric Gordon.
Here is Harden. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
Buries the long-range jumper. Harden's got 12.
That's his second three-pointer of this quarter after not getting any in the first.
Harden against Collison. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Right side, Gordon. Nene outside. Capella kicks to Gordon. 20 feet out. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the middle, stolen by Gordon. It's stolen by Oladipo. Here's Collison. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. That's 10 points for Darren Collison.
The pure jump shot of Collison. You'd like to see him pulling from there.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Anthony taking his time here. The Rockets with another miss. Indiana leading by 4. Oladipo outside. Floats one up. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Now here's Gordon. 6 points for him.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Oladipo. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Green comes in for Anthony. And Paul subbed in for James Harden. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
I absolutely love the fire they showed on the road. You really could tell they wanted that one.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Warriors. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Houston, they're 7th best in the conference.
And, you know, Houston, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
They do look like they're the same kind of team they were last year. Good, but not special.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Inside, and slam dunk by Sabonis.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
Rockets trail by 6. Green kicks to Paul. Outside Gordon. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. And for Sabonis, we all know his father was one of the best when it came to seeing the floor, Greg. As a big man, his passing game was terrific.
And skills like that go a long way in the NBA. Sabonis does all the little things that free up shots for himself and his teammates. Is starting to play with more aggression, and this is a guy that can be an all-star.
And the Pacers tack on 2 more. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Houston. Trailing here by 8. Stolen by O'Quinn. Oladipo against Gordon. Oladipo finds Joseph. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got his 3rd assist on the night. Gordon the pass to Paul. Over Joseph. Nene trying to get open. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Paul against Joseph. Oladipo right side to the inside. Sabonis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Sabonis has got the lead up to 10 now for Indiana. Green kicks to Paul. Back to Green. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Oladipo outside. Here's McDermott. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 6 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And here's Joseph for 3. Chris Paul grabs the miss. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Gordon. He has 6. From deep three-point range, Oladipo with the block. The shot, no good. And so it's Indiana in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Victor, you ignited the team in the first half, but what do you need to do better in the second half?
Defense. We just got to do a better job defensively, including myself. I got to lead the pack defensively. I think when we do that, we're effective. And we're a great team on offense. When we move the ball and we share, we're a great team. Defensively, we got to tighten up a little bit, and we're going to do a better job of that in the second half.
We will see, Victor. Thank you for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Victor Oladipo had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
They came out with the right mindset. That's what I'm talking about right there. I mean, that's the hard driving offensive approach I like to see. If they keep it up, unstoppable.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stack.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Like my time, like my jokes.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. You look at Victor Oladipo in this game, he has been everywhere.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. Here's Paul. Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Marquise Chris is out there with Anthony, and it's Capella in at the 5 down low. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Now, here is Harden, 8-point game. James Harden, the league leader in free throws made for 5 of the last 6 seasons, and he came in a close second that other season.
Yeah, I mean, about a third of his points come at the line. He's made an art of creating contact. If you really think about it, some would even say tricking the officials from time to time.
And he knocks down the first one. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, there's one award that Harden has won. I think we can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again. And that's 6th Man of the Year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't a starter.
Now, here's Oladipo. He gets it in there. Oladipo's got 16 points.
Yeah, I'm surprised that D isn't respecting his mid-range game more. They ought to be. I bet you they will be soon.
Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Indiana. Sabonis has got 7 rebounds in the game.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. That shot misses. So Houston will take it the other way. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Oladipo, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Oladipo. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
And you know, Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. Guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
The Rockets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. That free throw good from Harden.
And you think about Mike D'Antoni, the modern-day godfather of pace and space. We saw this with his teams back in Phoenix, Houston. Actually, middle of the pack in pace of play. But they certainly looked to space the floor, though, shooting more threes than twos.
Harden hits them both. And talk about Houston slowing down a bit from D'Antoni's usual run-and-gun style.
Oh, yeah, they want to get Harden, one of the best shooters and passers in the game, in a mismatch, and let him pick his man apart. D'Antoni showing more flexibility with his system than perhaps you give him credit for.
And so it's Houston with it, following the score by Indiana.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's got 17. Over Harden. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Oladipo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Harden against Oladipo. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's foul number 2 for him. Tyreke Evans is checked in for the Pacers.
Substitution for the Pacers. Tyreke Evans.
Paul finds Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 5 assists in the game. Pacers leading by 6. Now here's Collison. 10 points for him. Paul with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Paul's running. Outside Anthony. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Solid start to the half for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
Evans kicks to Sabonis. The feed to Bogdanovic. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Passes it to Harden. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Bogdanovic with it, working on Chris. Rockets trail by 3. Harden outside. For the tie. It's hauled in by Collison.
Can't quite find his three-point touch in the second half yet. He had 2 in the first half, but still none since the break.
Floats one. Yep, that one goes. Collison's got 12 points in the game.
Oh, and the floater is such a delicate shot. Collison is very good at knowing when to attempt that shot.
Here's Harden. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple, and it's also a matter of skill.
The Rockets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Houston making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Domantas Sabonis.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Evans against Harden. Popped up there for Evans.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Rockets trail by 4. Harden with it. Evans picks him up. Bogdanovich against Harden, and the dunk by Capella.
The main strength of Capella's offensive game, he uses his athleticism to power home these alley-oops.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Evans. 14 points for him. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. In third, the Pacers.
They've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
That one is off.
If you think about it, he scores, rebounds, and passes it so well. Evans is a total package who knows how to stuff the stat sheet.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
That's not like him at all. He's been so steady up until those.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And so here is Indiana. They've led by as much as 10. And that one drops. 16 points for Tyreke Evans.
Oh, clever at capitalizing from inside. Give Evans this type of positioning, he's going to score.
Ennis passes to Chris. Ball against Collison. Knocked away. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Indiana. On Friday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat. And then on Saturday, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks coming into town.
And that matchup against the Hornets, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick'em game, depending on how they play.
Love how determined Paul is inside. He's skilled at figuring out ways to pick up contact.
As you talk about IQ for the game, skill and competitive desire, few can rival Chris Paul.
Well, his buddies LeBron and Wade tease him about having a Napoleon complex. But whatever the reason, his motivation and perfection, it's impossible to mistake.
And that one falls for Paul.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, when Chris Paul came to the Rockets, a lot of people questioned if he and James Harden would be able to share the ball. Both known for being ball-dominant guards. I think you'd have to say it's worked out pretty well.
The court awareness Evans has is impressive. He's wonderful at recognizing when his guys are open.
Harden with it. Evans picks him up. Harden scanning the floor. Hits it from three-point range. Harden's got 24 points. And I think Chris Paul never comfortable with that ball-dominant label, Greg. He never played with another guard who could create, certainly on the level of Harden.
No doubt about it. I mean, Mo Pete, J.J. Redick, guys who were great shooters, but really more off-the-ball players. Chris needed to be that kind of a playmaker, but with Harden, he has someone just as gifted at creating baskets for himself and others.
Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for the Pacers. Joseph comes in for Darren Collison. Here's Evans. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Oh, he's showing off his impressive repertoire. The versatility of Evans is tough to match up against. Evans
against Harden. Young with the steal. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. Gordon comes in for Chris Paul. And both free throws good for Tyreke Evans. And the Rockets with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Harden against Evans. Harden kicks to Ennis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so Young will bring it up for the Pacers. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one's on Eric Gordon.
The athleticism Evans possesses, it isn't easy to guard sometimes. Sometimes you end up fouling.
6 attempts for him at the line. He's made 4.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good.
And as many times as we've seen him at the free throw line tonight, I think by now we know what's going to happen.
Houston making a switch here. Tucker's checked in. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Indiana. Good on the second free throw. And here's Gordon. He has 6. Pass to Ennis. Launches a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Ennis has got 5 now.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though.
Now here's McDermott. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Basket, good. And the Pacers lead by 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Harden against Joseph. Harden outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Young finds Joseph. Makes it off the glass. Now it's a 7-point Indiana lead.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Young against Gordon. 2 points. That one goes. He's got 8.
And that first quick step of Gordon, I mean, super effective at getting him space, which gets him to the rim.
Evans against Gordon. Joseph up top. He has 6. And he banks in the layup.
Makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Rockets have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
At the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Green, he's checked in for Houston. That one misses. Indiana leading by 6. Pass to Joseph. Stolen by Harden. He kicks it to Tucker. Green breaking loose. Second shot opportunity. The Pacers pull it in. They've led by as much as 10.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
McDermott dishes to Evans. Joseph, the pass to McDermott. Just 5 on the clock. 2 points. That one goes. McDermott's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Gordon kicks to Harden. And that one is good. Harden's got 26 points.
He's ramped up his game in a big way this quarter. I don't think he likes it when they're trailing.
Evans feeling it out a bit. And there's the pass to Joseph. McDermott with it. Lets a floater go. The Rockets pull it in. Nene's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Tucker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Thaddeus Young. For Houston, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
That one is off. And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's the guy, second-round pick back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
He hits the second from the line. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Leading by 5. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Pass to Sabonis. 6 to shoot. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a 3-point play. It's on Nene.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for P.J. Tucker.
One shot.
Free throw good. Sabonis. 1:37 left to play here in the third. Harden finds Green. Back to Harden. The 3. Evans with the rebound.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Harden against Oladipo. Pass to Sabonis. Looks for Evans, gets it to him. That one good for 2. Evans has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
He is dominating this quarter. He sees a soft spot in the D, and he's attacking.
Harden dishes to Nene. There's Green with the 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
And Oladipo kicks to Evans. Indiana moving it around. Pass to Oladipo. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive by Indiana. There's the pass to Evans. And Gordon over to help. Tries again. And Young with the basket on the assist by Evans. Young's got his second bucket.
Oh, so difficult to guard in the pick and roll. Evans often makes sharp decisions in these sets.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Rockets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
James Harden at the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Indiana making a change here. And both free throws good for James Harden. 17 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Oladipo against Harden. Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Well, yeah, you want to try to deny and take something away, but you can also see he's smart about his position.
And so it's Indiana in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Pacers leading by 9 on the court for Indiana. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Evans and Sabonis at the forwards. And it's O'Quinn in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Back to Oladipo, 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Sabonis has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pacers. Outside, Green. Evans against Gordon. The 10-footer finds the target.
And this is why you have to involve Gordon, a pick-and-roll genius, a high-percentage shooter in these sets.
And Oladipo kicks to Evans. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Back to Oladipo, uncovered. That shot missing. The Rockets go the other way with it. And the wide open shot from Green. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 6 assists here tonight. And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Oladipo against Harden. Oladipo draws the double. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his fourth foul of the contest for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Marquise Chris comes in for Gerald Green. And Paul subbed in for James Harden. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. Bogdanovich comes in for Tyreek Evans. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Ball finds Chris. Count the basket.
And this is where Chris does a considerable amount of damage. Feels comfortable taking those interior shots.
Collison with it. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella.
Pacers ball.
Pacers leading by 4. Taken away by Anthony. To the middle. And the dunk by Capella.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
They almost left it until too late. But now it's anybody's game.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. From deep. And there's Darren Collison on the assist by Oladipo. Oladipo's got assist number 7 for him tonight. For Houston, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Back to Chris, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Oladipo against Gordon. Oladipo, the pass to Bogdanovich. Clock at 6. Turner up top. Finds himself wide open and drills it. And it's a 7-point Pacer lead.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. As many expected him to, Carmelo Anthony choosing to opt into his contract, but his stay in Oklahoma City still came to an end.
You know, it was pretty clear that Melo and the team just didn't mesh. OKC made the choice to let him go and save on the luxury tax. Melo might not be worth max money anymore, but he could still be a factor with this team.
2 shots. Max on the first.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. Even though they're ahead, he said, hey, this lead isn't big enough, not by a long shot. I don't want to sit back and play this one out. I still need some aggression. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Here's Oladipo. It's Turner, high post. Down low, Sabonis. That ball. Nice feed that time from Turner. And the Pacers lead by 8.
This game would have a different look if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, 100% from the field for him.
Here's Paul. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
I love how Paul adjusts to the situation. Always seems to create just enough space for his shot. Frustrating if you're the man guarding.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Kicks it to Capella. On the wing, Gordon. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Yeah, showing how effective he can be. It's crucial that Gordon plays with confidence close to the bucket.
The shot by Turner, no good. Rockets trail by 4. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
There's Gordon with the 3. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Here's Sabonis. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Capella. Bogdanovich against Anthony. Over Bogdanovich. Count that one. The Indiana lead has been cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Anthony.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. It's Oladipo on the wing, defended by Gordon. Anthony knocks it loose, and so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Oladipo draws the double, and it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That's his 5th foul.
And that's number 5 on him. No room for error anymore. I bet they'll take it at him right now. Try to get him out the game.
Collison against Paul.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Houston making a switch here. Tucker's checked in.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. Had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
And with Collison, and Greg, how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
Pacers leading by 4. He kicks to Oladipo. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Taking 2 shots.
2 shots.
That's good from Oladipo. Ennis, he's checked in for the Rockets. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And that one miss shouldn't be too costly because he was able to make it a 2-possession game.
Gordon kicks to Anthony. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Pacers ball.
Pacers leading by 5. Collison kicks to Turner. Indiana moving it around. Here's Ennis. Good D by Bogdanovich.
It doesn't take much to impact his shot. I mean, even at point-blank range.
Oladipo misses.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short-arm that layup.
To the paint. Here's Gordon. Bucket is good.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And here's Collison, who will bring it up for Indiana. They've led by as many as 11 points. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Back to Collison. For the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's Anthony. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Shooting for Houston, Carmelo Anthony. At the line for 2.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Ball against Collison. Oladipo outside. 5 on the clock. With some arc, and Capella sends it back. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Gordon's got it all tied up now for the Rockets. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Outside Collison. Over Gordon. And that misses everything.
And even though it didn't go down, he did some nice work to get that inside.
To take the lead. But he gets it back.
Scoring at an efficient clip tonight. Melo in that zone.
The Pacers shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Oladipo taking his time here. To halt the run, and Capella sends it back. Oladipo with the ball, and it's Gordon picking him up. Paul with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Gordon. Nobody back.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Indiana again missing. Rockets leading by 4. Ball finds Anthony. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Collison against Paul. Outside Turner. 6 to shoot. Here's Bogdanovich. The Rockets pull it in.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Anthony steps back and trains the jump shot. Anthony's got 14 points now in the second half.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
And the Pacers call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Rockets power dancer, give it up!
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
James Harden, he's checked in for James Ennis. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Shooting for Indiana, Victor Oladipo. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Oladipo. Oladipo hits them both.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball game.
Paul against Collison. Paul passes to Capella. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
The 6'10" center from Switzerland. I mean, Capella, he's become a nightly double-double threat. He's a strong big man.
That's good from Capella. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Gordon. good on both. Pacers trail by 6. Here's Oladipo. Shoots from the line. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Cabela's kicks it out to Harden. And Gerald Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Harden against Oladipo. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Oladipo outside. Shot clock at 6. Doesn't go that time.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, it's not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass. Play the role of the facilitator.
And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th personal foul. 4th team foul.
Paul, right side. Over Collison. Paul can't get it to go.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Here's Oladipo. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
Here's Paul. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
And who better to take the shot for you? Nobody. Paul's showing his leadership, coming up big.
And Oladipo, here we go. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Oladipo. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Paul kicks to Green. Harden outside. Just 5 on the clock. Over Oladipo. And too long on the shot. Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 3. 20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, these are some of the toughest decisions. A good argument can be made for either case.
And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. Oladipo goes in. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Shooting for Indiana, Victor Oladipo. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that brings them within 2 here. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Shooting for Houston, James Harden. 2 shots.
gets the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Comes through big. Now they can put everything they have into guard against him.
Collison for 3. Misses the 3. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
At the line for your Rockets, Chris Paul. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Paul really has no holes in his game. I mean, he's consistently one of the league's best free throw shooters.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, they can breathe easy now thanks to those free throws. They won't have to sweat this one out.
Oh, look out, and then you throw up stuff like that.
Come on, man.
Look at home, Mike.
Come on.
How does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, my goodness.
He got to call that next time, man.
Yeah.
You got to call that.
Right.
Maybe he tried to make it. Come on.
Timeout called, the Rockets. So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Carmelo, you have lived in the media spotlight for a long time. How do you put that out of your head when you get on the floor?
I'm just playing ball. My team came to play today. We was focused, and we wanted it. We willed our way to this one.
A great performance, Carmelo. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.